some pretty significant news that dropped last night there on the West Coast is Arizona State, their top wide receiver target for Sam Leavitt, Jordyn Tyson, announced that he's returning to the Sun Devils in 2025. It's crazy, man. These some of these announcements are like they're re-signing their deal. They got their 1 year extension, and he's staying there because this was a guy that there was some buzz, there was some rumors as he started his career at Colorado, has over 1,000 yards with Sam Leavitt, great duo this season for Arizona State, and then gets hurt in their last regular season game of the year. They were without him for that playoff game against Texas. They were without him, in the conference championship game as well. So they definitely missed him there near the end of the season. But you get him back now, and you obviously are losing Cam Scatterbo, which is a big loss. But you got to feel pretty good about bringing back your top receiver and then your quarterback.
Yeah, you lose Scatterbo, who's really the face of the program. But I think what you're seeing here is a shift from Cam Scatterbo as the face of the program to Sam Leavitt as the face of the program. And Jordyn Tyson, another guy who can be the face of this resurgent Sun Devils program, who really were America's sweethearts after. I mean, they really were a fun team to watch all year. But then what they did against Texas, going toe-to-toe, showing incredible toughness, resilience for their head coach, Kenny Dillingham, I think they have now upped their profile, and you're seeing just a shift. So what I mean by that, Arizona State this past year, 18th in rushing play percentage. That means they run the ball more often than pretty much anybody. They're 18th as far as running the ball the most. Okay, so the higher ranking you are, the more you run. Of course, Cam Scatterbo, that's what you're going to do. You're going to run the football. But you did have Sam Leavitt emerging throughout the season. Maybe more so as a runner than a passer, but one of the big reasons you saw that in the Pac-12, see, this is how old I'm getting, in the Big 12 championship and in the playoff.
I forgot Bedlam was dead yesterday.
I know we're still learning this rearrangement, but the reason he ran so much later in the year in these critical games was because he did not have Jordyn Tyson. And when you look at Jordyn Tyson, okay, 3-star out of Allen, Texas, huge program in Allen, Texas. They made a lot of national headlines with their big stadium. So that's big time football, but he wasn't as big. He was a long jumper, so he had explosiveness, but he wasn't as big. He has grown and then developed first at Colorado, where he kind of burst on the scene after a redshirt year, and then now here at Arizona State. And you look at the game log of this guy's last, basically after Cincinnati, I mean, 100 plus yards, 100 plus yards, 100 plus yards. This guy is, from Cincinnati game on, one of the best, most productive receivers in America, period. So if he entered the portal, he would have been a huge target, ends up staying with his quarterback. I think it's a great move for all sides. And if you're Arizona State, now that you got him back, you got to feature him. You got to build your offense. Again, shifting from the Scatterbo era to the Leavitt-Tyson era and build around this guy, because he is really, really talented. The Big 12 offensive newcomer of the year.
And then you look at Arizona State as a whole, and I'm going to pull up this tweet right here from Chris Karpman that he tweeted out yesterday. ASU players have until 11:59 p.m. today, so that was last night, to officially request to enter the transfer portal. ASU has 2 days to process requests. No 2024 starters have entered the portal. Only 3 projected 2025 2-deep players have entered thus far. Believe one of their leading receivers actually entered late last night. The news came out this morning. He was the guy who kind of replaced Jordyn Tyson in his absence. So maybe when Tyson announced his return, he decided to enter. But to me, this is a huge sign for the development of this program and Kenny Dillingham. I mean, a school that has perennially, as the portal has been a thing the last few years, been ravaged through the portal. So now to see them keep guys here after a huge season, it's a great sign for them, and they're not just getting poached.
No, so just on the Tyson point, because I mentioned the game log, I'll read it to you so you know what I'm talking about. Cincinnati, which was on October 19th, 108 yards, then 81 yards, 99 yards. And look at these last 3 games. Kansas State, BYU, both ranked opponents, and then Arizona on the road. 176 yards against Kansas State, 12 catches, 2 touchdowns, 125 yards, 9 catches against BYU, 8 catches for 143 yards and a touchdown against Arizona. I mean, this guy, if he would have gone in the portal, would have been absolutely right there at the top in terms of the coveted players in the portal. So sometimes we always focus on the guys that leave and the guys that hit the open market. But sometimes it's these kind of moves that are truly impactful on the college football playoff scene, on the next year's season. There you see the game log. Just an incredible move for Arizona State. And if you're Sam Leavitt, who has made clearly, Sam Leavitt could have gotten the same amount of attention too if he jumped in the portal with some of these quarterback needy teams. You're the happiest guy in the state of Arizona right now. And I don't think he's going to have the numbers necessarily be a Heisman candidate next year like Scadaboo was, but you could see his passing numbers, which were good, but, not, elite from just a pure stat standpoint. You can see those numbers take a huge jump as this offense becomes more pass-centric with these two very talented players.